And we rolling on this evening, with a brand new episode. Welcome back to the real life of Joe. This is Joe. I do music reviews and talk shit and mics, and you already know what it is. I'm here at Dos Migos. We got a guest today, and you know what? We want to have some fun per usual, okay? Welcome back to the real life of Joe. This is Joe. I do music reviews and talk shit in mics. And I told y'all I was going to have a guest this week. So, sir, who you is, who you ain't, what you do, who you do it for?
I'm Tyce. I'm a poet. I'm a curator.
You not talking to Mike, man.
I'm sorry. I'm so used to it. I'm Tyce. I'm a poet. I'm a curator. I host events here in Baltimore called Words, Wings, and Wine. We've been doing it since 2019. Ooh. Yeah, we got another show September 6th.
September 6th.
Mm-hmm. We got the Poet Bull coming all the way from Philly. So right. It's a vibe.
Doing big things.
Trying to.
I did see that you're also an author. Also,
I am.
Awesome. Let's talk about it. The title of the book is called Entycement. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. Now, what inspired you to write Entycement, and how did the title come about?
So, ironically, before I went by like Hey Tyce, I used to go by Entycement.
Okay.
Don't know where it came from. I liked the word, and I was like, you know what? Let me just change the I to a Y, and I did that. And it became a collection of all my favorite poems. I think one of the biggest things was it happened right when COVID happened, and I was struggling to figure out what to do because I had a show that was supposed to happen. We sold out, and it was supposed to be April 19th. It may be March 19th. I may have the date wrong, but I got the phone call from the Baltimore Comedy Factory. They said, unfortunately, we have to close the show because COVID is very serious. As soon as things started happening. So my partner at the time, she said, why don't you put the book out you've been talking about? So it took me 30 days to get everything situated. I already had the poems written. Yeah. It was just making sure I had it formatted. Took us about 33 days. We got it out, and it's been one of my favorites. I'm working on my second now.
Oh, congratulations. When's the second one coming out?
Later on this year. I got to finish it up. It's called A Black Father's Love Language.
Oh, I love that. Y'all hear that, ladies? That sounds like something y'all should give y'all dudes for Christmas coming up. Mm-hmm.
So, a little bit of poetry, a little bit of workshop for men who want to become fathers, be a better version of their fathers, whatever the case may be.
Oh, I love that. That's
thank you.
Sweet. I love it. Now, so let's get into the poetry. Can you share a memorable moment from your journey as a poet that significantly impacted your writing? Ooh, that's a tough one, huh?
Yeah, because
I love it when they make that sound.
I'm an emotional writer. I either write where things are going really good in my life or when things are falling apart.
So you can do
shout out to Rudy Francisco for that. That was his bar, not mine.
Okay.
But it's the truth. It is the truth.
Well, it's good that you can write the good and the bad. That's skill. I'm a writer. I'm still retired, y'all. I'm still retired. But yeah, I can only write the bad stuff. So I think it's really skillful that you can write like when you're happy, when you're sad, whenever. That's very diverse.
So I was watching an interview. It was yesterday, and the speaker said you can do 1,000 great things, but the moment someone mentions the one bad thing, that's what we focus on. So a lot of times, it's even with writing. It's easy to write about the negatives because life is always happening. A lot of times it's more negative than positive. So when you hone in on a positive, it helps. It does help. But I think my most memorable one, even though it's no longer relevant, I wrote a piece to propose to someone.
How did that work out?
Oh, she said, yeah. I mean, we not here no more, but we cool friends. No,
okay.
We're cool friends. Nah. That's a homie. But life be lifing. I mean, I'm an incurable romantic. So no matter whether things go wrong, whether I do wrong, I'm always gonna believe in love. So
I love that. Not a lot of men believe in love no more. All y'all want is hoes. No shit. So how do you balance the roles of a poet, public speaker, author, host, and a father? How do you do it all? And what tips do you have for others that are juggling multiple passions?
Prayer.
Amen.
Therapy. and a good support system.
Ooh, that's a
Yeah.
good one right there.
And your support system isn't always necessarily your family. And I'm not gonna say my family don't help me out. My parents are my best friends. They my road dogs, but they're a little up there now. So, and I try not to put too much pressure on them. But I have people in my life who care about my kids, and I can trust them.
That's good.
So, I don't have that trust in a lot of people. So, but yeah, it's just I talk to God every day consistently. We're building a much better relationship now. And I am in therapy. I genuinely believe, I don't care how well off you are, how blessed you are, be in therapy, because there are things that we don't talk about that only therapists can help us with.
That's true. That is very, very true.
Yeah.
And congratulations also,
you.
because I know in our community, not a lot of us.
It's
go to
frowned
therapy.
upon.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
I don't know why. It's somebody you can talk to. I mean, yeah, you gotta pay them, but somebody you gotta talk to. They won't tell you.
I got the
business
hookup.
nowhere.
My therapist is free. Holla at me.
Ooh, period. Okay, holla at him. Also, you can find his information below this video on the YouTube channel, The Real Life of Joe. So you can link up with him. Be like, yo, I seen the interview. What's good? What's going on? Who the therapist is? Hit him up.
Yeah.
So, let's see. So, in what ways do you think poetry can bring communities together?
I think a lot of us have this hidden concept of I'm only going to things by myself, and that no one understands what I'm going through. And the reason I got started in poetry was because of a failed attempt. I'll use that term because she's here. Okay. And a friend of mine who had read my poetry beforehand, they say that you said,
Making sure I hit start. I'm so sorry. Like, it's too we deep in this.
Nah, you good. You sure? Like,
yeah, I see. Okay. I see the numbers. Okay, good. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
A friend of mine told me he had read my poetry before, and it wasn't anything crazy. It was just how I felt, because in 2017 I had found out about a medical condition I was going through.
Sorry.
Now I'm blessed now. It's no longer here, but we can get into that later. Okay. I had a partner at this time who we just were clashing, and a lot of it was my fault because I found out about a medical condition. I pushed everyone away. I'd even moved away. I moved to Houston because I had a new opportunity for business. Tried to make things work. Tried to be the best dad while still being away. I came back every month, but I realized things just weren't going well for me, and I was writing it down. And then I'll never forget my birthday. My partner broke up with me over like FaceTime. I was like, dang, bro. Yeah. But at the same time, I don't blame her because I wasn't being the best partner. I was very non-communicative. I was very closed off. I was going through my own thing.
I love the accountability.
Yeah. I know what role I played. Yeah. And if you watch or you ever see this in the future, Dom, I'm so sorry. But we've already talked about this. She's happily married, has a little one too. I'm so happy for them. But I realized in those moments, I really chose to put my negativity above the blessings that I still had. And in September, Chris Brown's one of my favorite artists.
I can see it. I can see it.
I'm a dancer too, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You gonna make a move for us?
I got you. Fame, Forgiving All My Enemies, one of my favorite albums of his.
That's what I mean?
I don't know, but I chose to make it that way.
I love it. Okay, I like that.
Yeah. But in September, Pills and Automobiles came out.
Okay.
And I had already been in a depressive state. And some of the medicine I already had to try and help me get better, I decided to overload on. And my roommate got me to the hospital. Thankfully, we were right down the street from there. They pumped my stomach, all this black stuff and everything. And he was just like, why don't you just talk about this? You write it all the time. Why don't you talk about it on stage? I never took it seriously. I'd never been to a poetry show. I'd seen them online. I'd seen Love Jones and stuff like that, but I'd never really been to one. So we found one like on Facebook at the time, and he was like, "You got 2 weeks. Memorize this piece that you've been writing." I was like, "All right," and I had it down. Like I had it down packed. Like I could read it to anybody. As soon as I got on that stage that Saturday night, went blank. So I apologized to everyone, and I was like, can I read off my phone? And everyone was just cheering me on, and I was like, I've never got this kind of support before. This feels good. And I read the poem and everything. I was emotional on stage. I got off, and this one dude I'll never forget. It was a white guy too, which was hilarious to me because I don't see white people relating to what I'm talking about a lot of times. Yeah. He comes up to me. He's like, bro, I was going through the same thing. Thank you so much. He's like in tears, and we like hug and everything, and we talk for a little bit. He's actually like one of the few people I still keep up with from Houston. Wow. Yeah, Jake, you're amazing. Typical white guy name, Jake. But yeah, that's how I got started in poetry.
I love that. That's a beautiful story. Beautiful story. What is one of your favorite poems from your collection, and why does it resonate with you? Ooh, I'm asking good questions today, y'all.
I can't talk about it too much. I can talk about it. I can't recite it. I'll do that much.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
I can give you a little tidbit, but it's called Code Switch.
Code Switch.
So it is about a man loving on a woman immensely, and then switching up on her because she's just part of a roster.
Wow. Yeah, it happens every day.
One of my favorite pieces, I just did at Voices in Power a little over a month ago. We're like at 230,000 views on it.
Wow, congratulations to you.
Thank you. Yeah, that's one of my favorite pieces. Not because it's who I am, but it's because what people go through every day.
I might have to look that one up. That sounds interesting. Since he won't recite it, I'm gonna have to look it up later. That's all right.
It's very intimate. It's very grown.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna check that one out. What's the title of it one more time so we can remember?
Code Switch.
Code Switch by Tyce. All right. Now, as a public speaker, what is the most important message you hope to convey to your audience? What you be talking about anyway?
Your words hold more impact than what's just in the room. A lot of times, we don't think our words are impactful. And this goes for anything that we do in life, whether it be in relations, in business. You can't take back the things you say, so be mindful of who you talk to and how you say it. I can easily say, Joe, you getting on my nerves. But instead I could say, Joe, I feel like what you're conveying could probably be explained a little bit differently, so that way I can better understand you. Yeah.
I like that. I really like that, man. I need to practice that myself. Because I'm quick to say, yo.
Yeah, you have to be mindful. And that just takes time, because a lot of people, we don't really care to take people's emotions into the situation. And if I say something that can impact you in a negative way that I really could have done it in a positive way, do I really care about you? Or am I just trying to say what I want to say?
You came here with gems. I hope you know that. And like you were just dropping them. All right. I really love that. All right. Now, let's see. Can you describe the creative process you go through when writing a new piece?
It's inconsistent. It's very inconsistent. I get a lot of my best pieces while I'm driving. And I drive everywhere. I've driven to California. I've driven to New York. I've driven to Phoenix. I like driving.
Wow.
Would I do it again? Probably not.
But
one and done is good. Yeah, I'll drive to each state maybe once or so, or around the area. But I think the process for me is it's really inconsistent. I can have moments where I can sit down, I can put on lo-fi music if I'm in the right headspace.
That's how you say it? I've been saying lo-fi the whole time. Okay.
I don't know. It may be lo-fi. I feel like lo-fi sounds better because like Wi-Fi, lo-fi. That's what I'm thinking.
That makes sense. Okay.
But I'll put on some lo-fi music. I'll burn some herbs. Sometimes I can get something cool out of it. I'll be more of a lyricist in that moment. But if I'm driving, I have a more creative flow that comes to me. Things just happen, and I'll just speak into my phone, and then I'll come back to it and look at what I was really trying to put down. Because sometimes it may just me I have a whole catalog in my phone called lines, where I just may have just specific lines. Random things, it sounds really good, really good metaphors, really good bars.
Yeah.
And then I can plug it into a poem that I haven't even went over yet.
You know who does that method?
Who?
Eminem.
For real?
Yes, he has
Hey.
I watched a documentary or an interview he did a couple years ago. He has like a little box and it's all random sheets of paper. Whatever piece of paper he can find, he'll put it in the box. And when he's like, all right, let me make an album, whatever, he'll pull from it. And yeah,
So
Eminem does the same thing.
one of my mentors, his name is Black Chakra. I don't know if you ever heard the name. You should look him up.
Black Chakra.
He is Jacob. I'm talking about you, and I'm giving you flowers right now. One of my oldest friends, but in my opinion alone, the single-hand best poet in the world.
Really?
Literally, he's probably got over 40 titles,
Wow.
40 championships. He got a lot.
Yeah.
Point being is he has this method in which if you feel like you are stuck or there's a moment you have writer's block, he has this bowl where you have two random, it's a whole bunch of random things, and you can pick out two things and you can create a poem from that or create a scene from that. So let's say if I pick out a lotus flower and then maybe a garbage can. Now I can talk about how someone's treasure is someone else's trash, or how someone may have truly loved flowers while someone else may be allergic to it and throw it in the trash. Whatever the case may be, it's just different ways of how you can always have something to do. So I use that method very often, thanks to him. So
That's creative. I really like that. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Let's go to the words, wings, and wine.
Yes.
How did that come about? It sounds like a lot of fun. What kind of flavors y'all got?
So I know this month we have, I want to make sure I say this correctly, honey obey, because that's my jump off. We had a few different flavors of obey, but this one we have honey obey. We got a few different ones. That's our specialty one for this month. Words, wings, and wine came about. My homegirl Courtney, we used to go to school together. She used to work down at a place called the Civil. They're no longer open. It's 518 North Charles Street. So she called me back in the beginning of the summer in 2018. She said, hey, the owners are looking to do some poetry. I've been seeing you do poetry for the past couple of months. I had just started featuring too at that point. And she said, come down here, come talk to them. They want to actually have like an open mic here. So I was like, all right, cool. I literally flew down there because I was like, I've been praying for something different. I was like, I love featuring. I love going to different states, but I want to have my own show.
Yeah.
And so we got down there. Well, I got down there. We were talking, trying to come up with a concept, and it was supposed to be on Wednesday. So I was like, why not do like words, wings, and wine on a Wednesday? They loved it. They was like, okay, let's do it on a weekly basis. So we charged $1 for people to come in at first, and then I was like, let's just make it free. And for like 3 months, it was crazy. Oh my gosh. We had some of the top artists in there. We would have like jam sessions. People didn't believe like how much fun we were having there because they were like, they didn't know I could throw a show.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't know I could throw a show, but I know a lot of people and I know how to have a good time. And prior to that, I was already on stage teaching people and working rooms for like business. So it's not really that much of a difference for working people to make sure they have a good time instead. Yeah. So that started back in 2019. It started June 2019. And we started off at the Civil, and then we moved to a few different locations. We were at the Atelier. We were at the Avenue Kitchen and Bar by David Kauser. And now we're at La Familia Soundstage. So that's right off of Guilford Avenue.
Okay. I don't know where it's at, but I got GPS.
I got you. Yeah. It's probably like 10 minutes from here now.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, it's not too bad, but like this month, we're looking to have like 250 people in the building.
That's going to be fun. Now, is this every Wednesday or just like one?
So it used to run every Wednesday, but now we've moved it so it's on a monthly basis.
Okay.
So it's now every first Friday.
Every first Friday.
And the reason we do it that way is, one, most of the time, people stress from paying bills. It's the first of the month or right around the first of the month. You need something to do.
Yeah. So
you come out to an event where you can get some poetry, some comedy, maybe some singing, some rapping. We've had dances. We've even had interpretive sign language. Oh. It's been a vibe. So I host it myself, but I'm actually, Y'all gonna find out first. I just hired a brand new co-host. Her name is Olivia, and she has so much energy, so much spunk. I love everything about her because I'm looking to start to take a back step because this is a great show, but I'm actually looking in the next year or two to turn Words, Wings, and Wine into a festival like Afro.
I love that. That's a great idea.
Yeah, so I already have some of the artists who are already on board. I don't know if I can say it yet. You know who AJ McQueen is?
No. Oh. Another one I need to find out. Okay. AJ the Queen?
AJ McQueen.
Oh, AJ McQueen. Right, AJ McQueen. Okay.
Rudy Francisco. Yeah, these are names you need to look up. We're going to have them here. It's going to be crazy.
Okay. See, I love this show. Everybody just teaching me everything. You need to go here. You know who this is? No, who's that? You know, you need to listen to that. All right, cool. I love it. I love it. Y'all be putting me on. So, once a month, you said first?
Every first Friday.
Every first Friday. Words, Wings, and Wine.
We've had people like Matt Capone. If you've never heard the name, he hosts Trap Poetry. It's the biggest.
Trap Poetry. That's a new one for me.
It's one of the biggest open mics in DC. It's my favorite. Only one I go to.
Wow.
Yeah, like we feature a lot of cool people like Maui, Kira J, Cito Blanco. It's a lot of cool people all across the country.
This is exciting. I'm going to the next one. I will be there.
I hope so. I hope so.
Oh yeah, last time in DC. Sorry about DC. When I was in DC for my birthday.
It's okay. Look, and we sold out there too. Like yo, so Tim is one of my favorite comedians. He's based out of Baltimore. That was for the Hey Mama special.
Yeah.
That was fire. And then we have Free K. She's out of Houston. She's top 10 poet in the world. Yeah, like we bring them out.
That's cool.
So yeah.
All right, you got them heavy hitters coming.
Try to.
We'll have a good time.
Try to.
Let's see. How do you feel social media has changed the landscape for poets and writers today?
Ooh. I enjoy it because it gives people a way to do poetry without necessarily having to be in front of people. And I know not everyone is stage ready, or a lot of people have stage fright. I understand that completely. It takes a lot to get up in front of people because there are different levels to having to perform. Like you can perform here. It's not really too hard because it's just you, me, and the camera. Versus where I may have to get up on stage in front of maybe 10, 20, 100, 2,000 people.
It's a lot of eyes.
It's a lot of eyes, and if you don't have maybe that one concept of who you can look at, who can keep you calm, or like the mindset, oh, everyone in here is completely naked, whatever that joke may be, it can throw you off. So I enjoy it because there are a lot of times I can post poems that I wouldn't necessarily do on stage, or I can do short tidbits and I can create stories for people. I actually like doing it because I've started to do more prayers and poetry online now. So it's a concept I'm making where I pray, but they're poems at the same time. So people can either recite them for themselves or it can just be a poem for them.
I like that. That's very creative.
Thank you.
How do you approach the act of performing poetry in front of your audience? Like, what's your how do you get over your stage fright?
I have a whole dialogue I go through when I get on stage. So I introduce myself. I make jokes with people. I'll automatically say, when I say hey y'all say hey Tyce, and then immediately when I say hey y'all, the whole crowd yells back hey Tyce. So that way now I feel more comfortable, and then I tell them on the count of 3, shout your name out. And then everyone does. Now we're family. Now I can talk to you. Now we're more comfortable.
Very unique.
Yes. Now people not like, who is this person? And I make jokes when I'm on stage all the time. I make fun of myself before anyone else gets a chance to make fun of me.
Smart.
I used to get picked on as a kid. So matter of fact, 8 Mile, when he last battle, when he went over everything that everyone made fun of him about, people didn't like, I did the same thing. I do the same thing when I'm on stage.
Fun fact, that's also in the 48 Laws of Power. It's a good book. Okay.
I did not know that. Yeah. Okay. See, I've read the book, but I do not remember it. I read the book like 10 years ago. I need to get back into it.
Yeah. And he had another one. I'm reading this one currently. I'm only at like, I don't know, the 15th page of 600. It's called The Law of Human Nature. So this is another good one too.
Okay.
Understanding psychology behind humans.
I love law concepts. I'm a big LOA guy, so like law of average, law of attraction, law of association, like that's all big to me.
That's him too. Yeah, yeah. It was a great read. Let's see. What advice would you give aspiring poets and who may be? Oh, I'm sorry. What advice would you give to aspiring poets who may be hesitant to share their work publicly?
If you're scared of doing something, do it while being scared. That's it.
That's a good one.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I mean, that's we all know that, but I think actually hearing that makes the difference. Because if I want to get on stage and do something that potentially is my dream, and I'm allowing fear to stop me from achieving my dream, that's a problem. Because everything we want is on the other side of fear. That's just the reality of it. You have to do things while being scared. Then it goes away.
Yeah, it does. And then you get better at it. I feel like a lot of people, they're not only scared of what other people would say, but they're scared to not be good or great at something the first time they try it. And you have to, just keep doing it.
No one's good at something the first time they try. And if you are, you ain't going to be it the second time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
What challenges have you faced in your journey as an artist, and how have you overcome them? I know you mentioned earlier the medical condition. Do you want to talk about that? It's cool. In 2017, I was diagnosed with a medical condition called pulmonary vasculitis. Attacks my immune systems and everything. It made my white blood cells like not work or something like that. I don't remember. That's what I do for a living too. I'm a scientist. So
for real?
I'm the one who's like reading the blood and telling the doctor, hey.
Yeah, so you know how severe it is.
Yeah.
So they gave me at the time a 2-year lifespan for it. Yeah, so that like completely like messed me up because when I found that out, how it transpired, I don't remember if this was like in February or March, but I had literally just proposed on New Year's Eve. I had just got the information that I had been selected to run an office in Houston as one of the top salesperson.
Wow.
Yeah. So all that happened, and then boom, I get that information. So I genuinely like pushed everyone away. My family, my partner, my business was not doing too well. That was probably the hardest thing, but that's also what got me started. I think the hardest portion was like COVID. Because I'm a people person. I like to be around people, and I had to be on social media all day, and I didn't like that. I had to like build up this social media presence that conformed to everyone else in order to still have some type of moral understanding for poetry. And it just didn't sit well with me. So I started talking to God more about like why I wanted to do poetry and what poetry really meant to me. And I realized it's more so about the mental health aspect. So I started doing mental health panels. I started getting more involved in mental health pieces. I'm on a panel now probably every 2-3 months.
Oh, wow.
So I was just in North Carolina with my sister Shania. She runs a men's mental health event called Fellas How's Your Mental by Karina's Place. So she had one here in Baltimore. She had one in Durham, and then we were in Raleigh. So I think one of the biggest challenges for me in poetry is helping people understand that your mental health can really affect everything else that goes on in your life.
Yeah,
and we slip a lot of times because we're focused on what this world tells us is important.
Yeah, I like that. And also, speaking of mental health, I'm going to connect you with Emmanuel Sims. I don't know if you've seen a clip of the prior episode, but for eudaimonia, he has mental health resources for the community around Baltimore.
Okay.
So I feel like
I would love to tap in.
He'll probably throw up a panel real quick.
Yeah.
So that's somebody you should be connected to. Can you share a piece of advice or wisdom you received that has guided you as a poet and speaker? Another one.
I don't know where this came from, and I've been trying to rack my mind for it, but I put it at the beginning of my book, and I think I'm going to put it at the beginning of every one of my books that I do write. It says, when you run from your purpose, you jeopardize other people's blessings.
Ooh, I got chills on that one. That was good. I like that one. Okay. Say it again.
When you run from your purpose, you jeopardize other people's blessings.
Yeah, we gotta remember that one, y'all. That's a good one. It's not always about you. Life is bigger than yourself sometimes. I like that. Now, when it comes to your book Entycement, what do you hope readers take away from your book after they finish reading it? Black men can be vulnerable too. Yep. I talk about everything in there. Anna, cover your ears for me real quickly. I talk about alcoholism. I talk about sexual abuse. Wow. I talk about men being raped. I talk about heavy. Yeah, it gets into it, but I also talk about the damage that men do, the damage that they do to themselves, that they can do to others. So it's a very open conversation. So you go, baby. And last question, if you could leave one lasting impression with your work, what would it be? You ain't gotta know me, just know that my work is worthy of listening to. That's it. I'm leaving a legacy for my kids, so if you enjoy my work, you're gonna know me. I love that. I really love that. Well, I want to say thank you again for being here today.
Thank
I really appreciate it. So let's have some fun real quick. You know what we're about to do? Yeah, music review. That's right. Let's get it. Finally, let's get it. All right. So let's see the artist we have this week. Okay. Y'all know what we about to do. If you don't know at this point, then you need to watch a prior episode because I'm tired of repeating myself. So the artist we got this week, his name is called Mr. Ehh Ohhh. Mr. Ehh Ohhh? Yeah. Okay. I hope I'm saying it right. I don't know, but that's what he said. And in the bio, he said, he's a independent artist from Harlem, New York, with the vengeance to bring the Ehh Ohhh to your city. Okay. Talented, passionate about the success of the song. Oh, the first song is called A Too Much. I don't know if you want to listen to the second one. Not demure. Very dead ass. Yeah. No. I don't know if we're going to get to the second one, but the first song, this one, is called A Too Much. So you want to give it a whirl and see what happens. All right, and we're back. We are about to tune into Mr. Ehh Ohhh and his song A Too Much. So let's see what we're working with. Oops, sorry, hold up, fucking up. There we go.
There's a lot of talk going on, but I'm one of the greatest. Right. I don't think they want that problem going on. That's what New York City sound like, baby. I think so. Right. Let's go. I can't fuck with you. For the outside artists. Right. Young nigga, yeah, raised up in church. Hamilton Place, yeah, I stamped that at birth. They try to say my name, but they didn't know my work. Now I'm in the game, giving out pain. The battle over play again, coach my gang ain't. 2 choices made back the range. Everything buzzing, now you wanna look strange. Trying to raise Kenny, boy, you can't stop the rain. Change the forecast. Blessings for E, yeah, I think the Lord fast. Hurt the grass, greener on the other side. Look me in my eyes, look at my demise. Everything's falling. When you ball that Scottie Pippen, tag him in the reel. Catch a fish while he's swimming. Call Michael Bivins for this new edition. Eddie Bauer for the expedition. Nice beat, pumping Jamie Foxx intuition. Pam this, cause I see the vision. Do you see the vision? Nosebleed versus Costa, just air different. Let's fight me on Madison. Stated all swings in your garden, they not existent. You see the difference? No Diddy for these lame switching. Randy Johnson when I start pitching. Ehh Ohhh still rock off the elbow, I stand on business. We rockin'. Ehh Ohhh. Excuse me, miss, where are you from? Can I come? Possibly, let me know. Can I take you out tonight? To the movies, to the park, I'll have you home. Before we start, just let me know. Can I take you out tonight? Can I take you out tonight?
Okay, so that was Mr. Ehh Ohhh and his song "A Too Much." Was it? Let me know. Drop a comment. How you feeling about the song?
It was cool. I definitely love the sample. The sample was fire. Just me from Baltimore. I've never been too much of a auto-tune person. I love the song.
I say it all the time on the show. I can't stand the auto-tune.
Yeah.
Let it go.
T-Pain the only person who I'm cool with using it. And even he
don't even need it.
Yeah. I didn't know he could really sing.
I think that's so smart. Started his first part of the career with auto-tune, and then now he's using his real voice. That's the whole second career.
Exactly.
That's genius. But the rest of you.
Nah, it was cool though, bro. I definitely dig the vibe.
Okay. That's cool. That's cute. I don't. Let me see. I'm gonna tell you why. I ain't gonna just shit on you. I promise. Okay. I don't like the lyrics. Like, I feel like it didn't flow as well on the beat as it could. I feel like, especially in the beginning verse, he used too many words in a sentence, whereas it could have been shortened a little bit. Like, it just sounded wordy. I did enjoy the beat, and I did enjoy how you did use like our what's the word? Nostalgic memories of older songs in it. I think that brought me back into the song anyway.
Yeah.
But it wasn't all that bad. But it wasn't all that great. I wouldn't play it again.
I'm a dancer, so I like the beat. Like I saw my two-step. I saw getting light to it respectfully.
Oh,
like I can dance.
You think you can dance and move to this song?
Oh, I definitely could.
Say less. That's okay. So Tyce can make a dance move for it. Okay, when you can dance to a song, it does make the song a little bit better. I still don't like it, but I like it a little bit better. Yeah, that was good.
Thank you.
Is there anything you would like to share with the audience before we close out today?
Follow your purpose. Like, just follow your purpose. You may be going through it. Times may be hard. Tough times don't last. The rain. Look, I don't want to be generic and say it's always going to be sunshine after the rain, after the storm. It's very true. But life is really what you make it. All things will fall apart, so better things can fall in place. So once you prepare for that, God gonna give you everything you ask for as long as you are prepared to take it. That's it.
I love it. It's been a very pleasure to meet you. Like, you gave me all the gems. You danced for me. You listened to me. You locked in. He cool people. I can't wait to go to the Words, Wine, and Wings. Am I saying it backwards?
You said it back. Words, Wings, and Wine.
Words, Wings, and Wine. All right, cool. He had me at the Wings. Honey Old Bay. That sounds so damn good.
It's going to be a vibe. I promise it's going to be a vibe. We are trying to do something a little bit different here in Baltimore. And I say this with respect to all my artists here in Baltimore. The reason why I have my show feature artists outside of this state is because I want people to see something different. People are used to seeing what we have here, and it's not to say what we have here isn't magnificent. I just want people to see a different version of what poetry is from a different culture.
Well, thank you so much for being here today. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you for the
dropped
opportunity.
a lot of gems. You have a beautiful personality. You project yourself very, very well. You hold yourself accountable. You are an upstanding gentleman.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here today. And guys, that's all we got, y'all. That's all we got. So thank you so much for tuning in to The Real Life of Joe. Don't forget, every Wednesday is a brand new episode, and that's all I got for you. We had Tyce here today. We listened to Mr. Ehh Ohhh. You gotta let us know how you feel about that song. I already told you how I felt, but that's all we got this week. Thank you so much for watching The Real Life of Joe. This is Joe. I do music reviews and talk shit in mics.